I want to acknowledge each and every one of you for being here. A big thank you to all. I'm Sweta Ajay. Being the Sergeant at Arms for this meeting, it's my pleasure to be the first speaker of the day. I was living my life solely focused on achieving academic success, career growth, which is why I would ignore all the areas of my life like the physical health, personal relationship, and emotional growth. A huge difference came up after joining Toastmasters. Personal development created so much of transformation with who I am and how I live my life now. It turned my negative mindset into positive and an open one. So let's all take this Toastmaster journey as a big stepping stone. Today is 8th April. The duration of our meeting is from 6:15, 6:11 till 8 p.m. Kindly note that the whole session will be recorded. So if you have any concern, please do inform by chat. Let me reiterate the club mission. You can all read it along with me, but keep your mics muted. We provide supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. There are some rules that need to be followed throughout this session. So, give genuine compliments, heartfelt applause when someone talks so sweet and sensible in front of you. A big microphone with a cross against it is to show you and remind you to consciously make an effort to mute your microphone and make extra effort to unmute whenever you are requested to talk or when it's your turn to talk. Please turn off all noise-making devices or put them in silent mode, especially the land phones. All the speakers pin the timer whenever needed. You can also use the reaction buttons like thumbs up and clapping to communicate. All speakers are requested to refrain from making any reference to the three taboo topics, sex, religion, and politics in their speeches. As I have mentioned before, the whole session will be recorded. So if you have any concern, please do input up in the chat box. In case of any emergency, please do follow the fire exit instruction of your building. So a big thanks in advance, and with huge round of applause, let me call upon our acting president, Toastmaster Jisha.
No, our president is here.
Sorry. So let me call upon our president, Toastmaster Anita.
Thank you, Sweta Ajay. Good to see you. How's life?
Good.
Okay. Good. Yeah. We should always say good. Good evening, everyone. So good to see all of you. Hale and hearty on a weekend, almost a weekend that's arriving very fast. I have broken voice. Don't worry about it. I've been talking too much and not on WhatsApp, but in reality. Good evening and welcome to meeting number. Is it 14 or 15?
No, 24.
I'm so sorry. Okay, we are heading towards gold, silver jubilee, and New Start is heading towards golden jubilee. So yes, we're all there back to back. And I see so many. Okay, hi Raji, thank you so much for supporting us, and I think we're going to carry this if time suits us. We're going to have more of these meetings together. Shiva is here. We have Prema. So good to see all pioneers people also coming in and having a joint meeting with us. So welcome once again to each of you. And yes, today I'm not going to bore you all with something which is very Toastmaster-ish or Toastmasterly. I would like to say a few words. I mean, I'm thinking this is the only way I can spread this fast. So I'm just going to give you all a gist. Timer, Nitya, just time me for 5 minutes. Okay. Show me green at 5 minutes. I'll try to wind up. Okay, so I begin here. Manali is also here with me. We both have suffered a very bad attack in the recent past. I mean, it's not very past also. It starts with a normal hi chat from a good friend's WhatsApp. So I got a WhatsApp hi from Binu, who is Toastmaster Gerald. I mean, she's also Toastmaster, from Toastmaster Gerald's wife. And she just said, hi, how are you? And I'm telling her my cat is unwell. Okay, so I'm thinking that she is Binu. Fine. So I'm typing to her, I'm chatting with her, and she says, look, I want to, I need a favor. I am opening a page and I want to link you with it. So I said, what page is this? And she said, prayer. I said, okay. I mean, prayer. So I said, okay. First lesson that you need to learn here is learn to say a no. Okay. So I just said, yes, I have nothing to do with a prayer. I have too many things already in my head. But just because I didn't want to say a no, I said yes. So and then when I was walking back after I finished the chat, I thought I had done with it. I was wondering why she said link to a page and not chat. I mean, not add. Okay. So link to a page is whenever there is a Facebook page that is created and they give your number as WhatsApp number for that page, you will get a code, an OTP. So that guy had linked me to a page and I got the OTP. At that moment, I was in a different mood altogether. Never attend to these call. I mean, try not to be on chat during the morning hours when you are in a rush moment. Never do that. There's nothing urgent. You can always look at these answers of being added to things at a little later stage. So that was the time when my husband wanted a Zoom call because he wanted to show my cat at the dispensary. And my daughter was also chatting at the same time on my WhatsApp. And this guy kept sending me, and there was a US call coming in to verify if I belong to that number. So many things happening simultaneously. I've not sent a message to this person. By then I got to understand from the Facebook that Binu had written her thing was hacked, which meant that my number also was compromised. Definitely, it was already, he was sitting on my number. So he logged, I just pressed something which had a code number. I just pressed on it and I was added there, and he was sitting on mine. I was logged out of all my devices where WhatsApp was there, my Mac and my iPhone. And he was sending messages randomly. The first thing that you need to do when you know your WhatsApp is hacked is send an email to support@whatsapp.com. First thing that you need to do. First thing. After that, around 30 to 45 minutes, depending on what time, because US wakes up late. So they wake up and then they deactivate. It takes about 40 to 45 minutes to deactivate your message to your WhatsApp. After which, no problem at all. But between this, what happens is call up your near and dear. See, I'll tell you, friends will not pay upright money, okay? But your near and dear will pay. So my family lost 1,30,000. Okay, my sister, my nephew, and my aunt. They all paid thinking that I was in dire need to transfer to an Indian account. So be very careful. Okay. One. Second thing that has happened with Manali there, Manali received a message from my compromised WhatsApp. Hi, send me OTP. So Manali thinking that it is me, she sent an OTP. So her WhatsApp was compromised. So two things that these people look forward to is hacking your number so that they can start sending out to all your contacts about money. Okay, once you know that your WhatsApp is deactivated, they will start the next chain. So Manali's contacts were started, that they were started to he started to attack those people. So my contacts are done because I have deactivated him, so he can't do much with mine. So whatever happened in the span of 2 to 3 hours, which could have been avoided had I known that I have to send an email to WhatsApp. That's the only thing y'all can do. Okay, before and after you can help yourself. I mean, but during the hacking, that the guy is sitting on your WhatsApp, what you need to do, when he's sitting on your WhatsApp, the first thing that you need to do is send a WhatsApp email to the support. I'm sorry for that, I have to go there to switch it off. Second thing is you have to the next thing is call up people, whoever is calling you, wherever groups, call up people who are very active and tell them, deactive, my WhatsApp is hacked. Instagram, my WhatsApp is hacked. Stories, my WhatsApp is hacked. Facebook story, Facebook page, everywhere my WhatsApp is hacked. Don't attend to my chats. Now that's the best you can do, right? And your own people, give them a direct call, whichever place they are, Timbuktu, US, wherever they are, give them a call directly. Okay, so that's about how you can go about. I'm going to make a video on this. Let's spread it as much as we can. So with that, I come to an end of this very important thing that I wanted to tell each of you. And just a second. Yeah. So that's about it. And nevertheless, these are lessons learned the hard way. So let's make it the easier way by expanding this further. And we need to start off something where we can tag these people who are doing it, in a day, 20 to 30 lakhs Indian currency. They're just going and eating, happily sitting in one place. God bless you is the message my sister received after he received the money. So you can understand what kind, you feel hot flushes happening because you're such a digital fool. Okay, so be very careful. Don't expect that you're talking to your husband, your wife, whoever. I'm just telling you all, you could be just calling him. I've done that. Send me the CVV. I asked my husband many times for the credit card, or send me the credit card details on WhatsApp. All that you could be doing is sending it to a traitor, okay, which you have, on whom you have no control of. And my WhatsApp is compromised for the next 7 days because he changed my PIN, and the code comes to me. So it's a win-win situation. So he will not give me his PIN. I will not give him my code because the original phone SIM card is with me now. Okay. So, and that took me about 6 hours to come back to that situation. So 7 days from now, I can again get back to my WhatsApp. This is a situation. Don't use WhatsApp if you don't have to use it. Trust me. Email is the safest. SMS is the safest. Don't use WhatsApp. Please don't use WhatsApp. Don't have addition into so many groups. Don't use WhatsApp when you are in a hurry driving, because you could actually be doing a great harm. Okay. And it's not me who lost. My parents, my relatives have lost money. So that's about it. Anyways, with that said, let's move on. And today we have, are we having the minutes of meeting? Is anyone reading it out?
Yes, Shweta.
Okay. Okay, great. So we'll have a quick minutes of meeting read by, who's reading it out?
Shweta.
Okay, great. Toastmaster Shweta, minutes of meeting.
Yeah, I won't take much time. I'll wind it up fast because we are running late. Good evening, Toastmasters. I am Toastmaster Shweta, the acting secretary of Rendezvous Toastmasters Club. Today, I will be reading out the minutes of meeting. The previous meeting was a joint meeting between Rendezvous and Showstoppers Toastmasters Club. The meeting started at 5:45 and the networking was done for 15 minutes. Toastmaster Anita started, the president, Toastmaster Anita started the meeting sharp at 6 o'clock. And instead of giving a presidential speech, she handed over it to the Vice President Education, Toastmaster Jusha, to give to give us a run up of whatever is happening in the club. Then the minutes of meeting was read by Toastmaster Susan. The theme of the day was Disco Night by Toastmaster Narmeen. The word master was Toastmaster Zamina, and the word introduced was Blightsome. There were project speeches done by Toastmaster Manali and Toastmaster Shweta M. Toastmaster Manali gave her icebreaker speech and Toastmaster Shweta gave her L2P3. Toastmaster Shweta won the best speaker. Table topics was done by Toastmaster Jusha. It was her active listening. And the best table topics speaker was DTM Rania. Then the evaluation was done by Toastmaster Susan and Toastmaster Kavita Shanoy, for which Toastmaster Susan won the Best Evaluator Award. The grammarian's report was given by Toastmaster Zamina. Our counter's report was given by Toastmaster Smita. And general evaluator's report was given by Toastmaster Tina, after which DTM Rania spoke for 10 minutes. Overall, the meeting went well, and Toastmaster Anita closed meeting number 23 officially, and the first joint meeting of Toastmaster Rendezvous and Showstoppers Club. Over to the president.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shweta. Am I audible?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, with the power vested in me as the president of Rendezvous Toastmasters Club, I officially open this meeting number 24. And cordially invite everyone on board today to our meeting, the first ever joint meeting with PSW, and we're going to take this further, I'm sure. Now we move on to the very next important invitation for the day, which is inviting the event organizer of the day. Yeah, and this person is a person I know to be a very committed person and a very persistent person. You are on boating, I'm going to stalk you on boating. You are on whatever, I'm going to stalk you there. You are on email, I'm going to stalk you there. So she's been a very persistent person. She does not believe in giving up. And let's see, as a okay, I'm not going to open up the theme for you all, but whatever theme she's bringing in today is something which is very, very, very close to everyone's heart, including Shiva's heart, because all of us do have connection with this theme, right? So let us welcome our very, very maiden Toastmaster of the evening, Toastmaster Susan. Toastmaster Susan, the stage is yours.
Thank you for that warm introduction, dear Toastmaster Anita. Very good evening to our club presidents, DTM Anita, Toastmaster Raji, my dear Supermom Toastmasters, and dear guests. It is my privilege and pleasure to welcome you all to the joint meeting of Rendezvous Toastmaster Club and PSW Toastmaster Club. In today's meeting, our dear Toastmaster Miss Howie is supposed to attend, but then she lost her beloved mother this morning. Hence, I request all of you to maintain a moment of silence while praying for the departed soul. Please enable screen sharing, please.
Yes, you can go ahead.
That is our Hawaii's mother. Thank you. Are you with me, all of you? Let us celebrate motherhood bliss. Today, the topic for the TMOD is motherhood bliss. God could not be everywhere, hence he made mothers, says Rudyard Kipling. There are, in fact, no words to explain motherhood as it's a very amazing phase in our life. Becoming a mother is one of the greatest life changes that I have experienced, and where I was quickly thrown into the greatest bundle of joy that I have ever known. And with it came a lot of responsibilities, brand new challenges, and stress. We as mothers produce the most magnificent human beings for our next generations. Is it not the most important thing? Here is a small token of love to all the members present here and their super moms. Let us show gratitude and love to our moms. Thank you.
Awesome.
Okay, now I thought I'll share some of the moments which I spent with my kids with you all. As a mother, I have days when my 5-year-old daughter bangs on the bathroom door and slips note underneath the bathroom door. Hey, mommy, is it over? Can you check my drawings now, now? And I was like, Ayo, Devame, give me some peace. Meaning, oh my God, give me some peace. My daughter, as a 10-year-old, asked me, where do babies come from? Mom, my belly hurts. Am I pregnant? When she had a brother, she said, I want a sister. Can you put him back? These were all the questions that she used to ask me. And there are days when I scream, I have told you 100 times not to put your toys inside the oven. Do you listen to me? No. Every time I say no to my kids, they hear, ask her again. She would not have heard us. When I say to my son, get dressed, he interprets, stand around naked, watching television with one socks on. And my daughter insists on wearing orange shirt with purple skirt and brown boots. What a combination. What should I do? It's okay. No one can provide that overwhelming love that you can provide to your children. That your children means much more than you. All the good times and the bad times are worth it when you see them smile and when they hug you. Let me introduce the role players of today's session. Toastmaster Nitya will keep track of time spent by each speaker as the timer of today's meeting. Toastmaster Nitya, our deep Toastmaster Nitya.
Hi.
Yes.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are there, right? Next is our DTM Anita, who will be taking care of the grammarian rule to watch on the good and the bad usage of our grammar. We also have our R counter, Toastmaster Manali, who will count on the number of R's and Ums during the meeting. Now I would like to invite our word master. I request our young Toastmaster Nitya to enrich us with the word of the day session. Over to you, Toastmaster Nitya.
Thank you, Toastmaster Susan. Is my screen visible?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So, my name is Nitya. I'm from Rendezvous Toastmasters. So today I'm the Toastmaster of the day. Sorry, I'm the word master of the day. Before telling the word, I would like you all to guess what's the word for today. The clues are on the screen.
Wow. The celebrity. Right?
Celebrity.
No.
Some clue letters starts with what? Is it an adjective, noun?
It's an adjective.
Okay. Famous? No, that cannot be a.
Okay, starts with what letter?
B.
Popular.
What?
It's B. B for back.
B. Got stuck. B.
Beloved.
No. Think of the words which get into your head when you see celebrities.
Okay, what is the end letter?
Bye.
Sorry?
Sorry, come again.
Bye. Bye.
Why?
Why? Bossy.
Beauty.
Why?
Beauty.
No.
Okay.
What does it mean?
Related to beauty.
It's an adjective she's saying, no?
Yeah. Okay.
Bolly. No.
Related
Yes.
to beauty.
Yeah, it's Bolly.
Yes. Bonnie, who said that?
Yeah, it's
Toastmaster
Prema.
Prema.
Prema, you're always creative.
Excellent.
What's the word?
The word
Bonnie.
is
Okay.
Bonnie.
Bonnie.
It means
Okay, it's not
attractive.
Bolly,
Or,
Bonnie.
Bonnie.
yeah, it's Bonnie. B-O-N-N-Y.
Okay.
It's attractive or beautiful. I felt it would be relevant for today's topic. And the synonyms of Bonnie are gorgeous, ravishing, endearing, charming, and delightful. The antonyms are unattractive, repulsive, deformed, unappealing, and beastly. You can use it in a sentence. The first one is, my mother is bonnier than me. A person's personality is bonnier than his outer beauty. The dawn is the bonniest time in the day. So I would like any one of you to volunteer and use the word. Anyone? Toastmaster Chet.
I would say we all were so delighted looking at those Bonnie pictures of mother and their kids. So that was a great beginning to today's meeting.
Okay. Anyone would like to go next?
Yeah, I will try. Bonnie Kapoor married a bonnier actress, Sridevi.
That was a good one.
Bonnie Kapoor became more bonnier by marrying a bonnier person than he is.
Yeah, correct, Anita.
Toastmaster Prema is saying so.
Yes. I would like to attempt also. It's a great experience, and I'm so happy to be amongst the bonnier personalities in this club today.
Nice.
Every mom always looks forward to a Bonnie baby to be born when she's pregnant. I don't know about the guys. Okay.
I think every mother thinks their kid is Bonnie.
I think all
Anyone?
kids are Bonnie in the eyes of their mother. That.
Anyone else would like to try it?
The time.
Do we have time?
No, I think we should stop it.
Okay, I'm the timer. Okay. Toastmaster Narmi, would you like to try it?
Think my son is more bonnier than me.
Nice, good.
Your Honor, I beg to differ here.
Toastmaster Anita.
Okay.
Is anyone telling something?
No, it's okay. I said, Your Honor, I beg to differ here, I said, because she's a judge. With Narmi.
Okay.
Anyways, follow.
Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
So now I take over again. The prepared speech round is let us now see the project speech round, where 3 of our members will deliver speeches based on the projects and paths they have selected. Our first speaker, the charming and vibrant member, Toastmaster Chetna, will attempt her level 2 project 1 and to evaluate her effort. We have our young Shweta M. Toastmaster Shweta M. Please communicate the speech objective.
Yes, today I would be evaluating Toastmaster Chetna. Her project is L2P1, Understanding Your Leadership Style. The purpose of this project is for the member to identify his or her primary leadership style or styles. The speech is for the member to share some aspect of his or her primary leadership style or discuss leadership styles in general. The timing is 5 to 7 minutes. Green at 5, amber at 6, and red at 7. All the best, Toastmaster Chetna. Over to the TMOD.
I have personally seen that Toastmaster Chetna delivered several speeches on this very same platform and has grown tremendously as a speaker in her journey in Rendezvous. She is a media graduate and holds masters in human resources. As per Chetna, motherhood is a process full of experiments that a mother and child conducts, carries throughout different phases of their ages, and in the process, both of them exchange millions of emotions and learn and unlearn million things together. Please put your hands together to welcome our Toastmaster Chetna. Toastmaster Chetna Leadership Style. Leadership Style by Toastmaster Chetna.
I would just like to convey to Toastmaster of the day. The title is That's My Style.
That's my style.
The title, yeah.
That is much more better. Okay.
Should I start?
Toastmaster Chetna, That's My Style. That's My Style by Toastmaster Chetna.
Okay, good evening, everybody. Hope you all are doing good. Well, I have seen a research. Whenever it comes to parenting, 95% of kids think their father as the strict parent and their mother as the kind one. How many of you agree with that fact? How many of you agree with that?
Not me.
Okay, I think a lot of you would agree to that, but when it comes to my kids, they fall into the other 5% of category. Well, their father is the kind soul and their mother is the dictator. Yes, it pretty much sums up my leadership style. And since my sabbatical was long extended, I was somehow craving to work that thing in my setup. So I set up my own system in my house. And now I have started treating my kids as my subordinates and my husband as my boss, whom I would report to. Well, when I was to do this project on understanding my leadership style, I went to Toastmasters site. So now I have 3 choices for you all. Do you want me to share with you all what are different kinds of leadership style? Number 2, do you want me to share what is my leadership style? Or number 3, should I share with you all what are the kind of leaders do I see around me? Which option do you all choose? Well, okay. Let me not delay it further. I think it's a lucky day for all of you because I'm going to share all 3 with you all. So when it came to my style, knowing that, I went to the Toastmaster site and it showed my husband as an affiliative leader. These leaders' objective is to create a cohesive unit by emphasizing teamwork and harmony. This leader is collaborative and focuses on emotional need, of course, mine. This leader motivates by creating positive personal relationships and avoid conflicts. Read between me and my kids. This style is effective in increasing morale, repairing broken trust, and working through stressful circumstances. But well, even though he is the dearest son of my mother-in-law, my bonny mother-in-law, who follows the bureaucratic style of leadership. She is the one who stringently establishes and enforces rules on everybody. The leader whose decisions are absolute and demands immediate action. But hey, they also motivate us, but by disciplining us and demands immediate compliance. No against that. Finally, when it was my turn, I took the assessment and I was surprised. It showed me as a democratic, pace-setting, and an authoritative leader equally. Well, how is it possible? I was really shocked. Why is it not the authoritative style? Then I realized I've always been a very friendly, supportive mom to my kids. I will be one with them and understand their issues. So, as a democratic leader mom, I would sit with my kids and decide upon basic rules and decorum that is to be maintained by everybody in this house. And whoever breaks them will have to serve the penalty. Yes, even if it is me or my husband who breaks the rule. When it came to discipline my kids, I donned the hat of the pace setter leader. I will wake up before the time I expect my kids to leave their bed. I will prepare my to-do list, teaching them how to prioritize things and time management. And I would get dressed up with my sports t-shirt and shoes for the workout that me and my kids enjoy doing together. As the pace setter, I would do the things I expect them to do, and I would walk the talk. When it comes to the question, who's the boss? I easily slid into my favorite avatar, the authoritarian, as I would not allow them to raise their voice, disobey me, or skip their daily prayers. And most importantly, I would not allow them to complain about what's in dinner. So finally, I got to know that's my style. And I'm so thankful to this assessment at Toastmasters site, as it was quite an eye-opener and helpful to me, as I am now better able to equip myself for the challenges or say tantrums coming my way. So that's my style. How about you? Have you done your assessment and got to know what's your style? Over to you, TMOD.
Thank you, Ms. Chetna, Toastmaster Chetna, for that wonderful speech. The second speaker, our very sweet, ever smiling member, Toastmaster Zamina, for this round will be attempting L2P3 from Pathway Motivational Strategies. And to evaluate the speech, we have Toastmaster Shiva. Toastmaster Shiva, please share the speech objectives, please. Over to Toastmaster Shiva.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. Today, Toastmaster Zamina, she is attempting her, which one? Level 2, Project 1.
Project 3.
Project 3. Yeah. The purpose of her speech is for the member to clearly define how Toastmasters envisions mentoring. The second purpose is for the member to share some aspect of a previous experience as a protege. The time frame for this speech is 5 to 7 minutes. All the best, Toastmaster Zamina.
I have personally seen that Toastmaster Zamina, who is very calm and quiet, give powerful speeches. Please welcome the serene Toastmaster Zamina, presenting The Light at the End of the Tunnel. The Light at the End of the Tunnel by Toastmaster Zamina. Toastmaster Zamina, over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Susan. Choosing to drive with a Google map in a strange city is the best option to overtake the fear of getting lost. Having a mentor in Toastmasters is one such feeling. Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters, and my dear guest, good evening to all. It was in 2019 March that our company decided to start a corporate Toastmaster club. I still remember our first meeting with all the great leaders of the Toastmasters fraternity. My joy grew no bounds, as this was a chance for a comeback after 8 years as a stay-at-home mother. Unfortunately, this happiness did not last long, as the president had resigned, who was the one behind the club, and there wasn't much members who wished to continue. Then one day came the call from the enthusiastic lady, Toastmaster Anita, who instilled in me the courage to take it forward with her frequent conversations. She took the time to come over and meet me and others for supporting us. The fun was back again, but later we had to close it down owing to other reasons. I marked this as the end of Toastmasters, Amina. Little did I know that I would reach this level of Toastmasters Club. I would like to tell a small story of sympathy and empathy. One day, a man fell into a deep hole. Sympathy was walking by having a sandwich, and he saw this man inside this deep hole and told, "Oh, poor guy, do you want a sandwich?" And he then throws the sandwich for him. Then came empathy walking by. He saw this man in the deep hole. What empathy did was he then went down into the hole with all the difficulties and gave a pat on this person's shoulder and stood beside him, telling him not to worry. There are people who would just ask you about your whereabouts and would always maintain a one-arm distance. And there are others who, no matter what, they would spend their valuable time and they wouldn't bother any hurdles coming up in their way, and they willingly would offer any help to these people. Maybe the life experiences must have taught such people to be empathetic. Yes, experience is the best teacher. And empathy is something which I consider is one of the main traits of a mentor. A mentor, as the dictionary says, is someone who is experienced and a trusted advisor. I was so nervous to stand in front of people, and I had had very little confidence. And my mentor would pour in words of encouragement, which gave me the strength to perform. I am fortunate to have my mentor, Toastmaster Anita, as it is solely because of her support and guidance that I'm here as a member. And I never wanted to join this Bonnie Rendezvous Club, but her magical words did influence me a lot to come out of my shell. Moreover, she advised me to prepare my speeches well in advance to have complete control over them. And she always jumped at my habit of procrastinating, and this did help me to work on it. I'm glad that she never left me stranded, and that is very much needed for any protege to excel. She was always willing to help no matter what. There are many qualities that I learned from her, like the availability to devote time, active listening skills, feedback capabilities, positive outlook, confidence and ability to motivate, industry knowledge, resilience and adaptability. We all just need to have these qualities, and knowingly or unknowingly, we all will be able to influence others. I am a person who always liked to swim in a swimming pool and disliked stepping into an ocean. And my mentor is always willing to be my oxygen tank to help me dive into this deep ocean. She always pushes me to take part in other club meetings, participate in contests, but I am the one who is hesitant, and I have not yet taken a step forward, but I believe that I will soon take that big step. I'm extremely thankful for my enthusiastic mentor, Toastmaster Anita, and her personal involvement and support in achieving my goals. My journey with my thought as good for nothing had changed with being in Toastmasters under my mentor, and this is indeed a great feeling. To conclude, I would like to say, if you light a lamp for someone else, It will also brighten your path. Over to you, Toastmaster of the Day, Susan.
Thank you, Zamina, for that wonderful speech where you have talked about empathy and your mentor. Uh, Everything was really nice. Now let us go to our final speaker, Toastmaster Jisha. The very active and natural speaker for this round will attempt L2P2 from Pathway Innovative Planning. To evaluate the speech, we have the very vibrant Prema. I request Prema to share the speech objective.
Good evening, everyone. So today our Boni speaker, Toastmaster Jisha, is going to attempt her level 2 from project 2 of innovative planning pathway. And the objectives of our speech is, the purpose of the speech is for the member to practice the skills that are needed to connect with an unfamiliar audience. So I wish you all the best.
Toastmaster Jisha is currently a teacher, and that is a very noble profession. And when I asked her about the thoughts on motherhood bliss, she said that it is the most beautiful word to coin, but a role where it requires true commitment. And the outlook of motherhood is totally unique for each mother. Please welcome our spontaneous, bony, instant speaker, Toastmaster Jisha. And her topic is, title of the speech is Ikigai. Ikigai by Toastmaster Jisha.
Thank you, the Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Susan. That was a fabulous introduction. I have to say that. Before I move ahead, I would really request everyone to kindly switch on your camera so that I can be connected with you throughout my speech. I request everyone, if Toastmaster Shiva and all can do it. Thank you so much. Now, here, moving ahead with my speech. Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. Before I start, let me ask everyone a question. Are you happy? Please unmute and give the response. Come on, quick.
Yes,
Yes.
happy.
Very
Yes,
happy.
this was exactly the response I am expecting. And the relevance of this question you are going to get by the end of this speech. Well, now, how many of you have heard the term Ikigai? I believe you all heard the title of the speech is Ikigai. So if you have heard it, you can show a thumbs up. If not, a thumbs down. It's fine. Anybody heard the title?
All is well.
Okay, many of you. That is extremely good. So we are going to explore this topic in an even more wonderful manner. Well, going ahead, this word, which is pronounced as Ikigai, has to be said only with a smile. I think most of you would have recognized that, which is actually a treasure map for hunting happiness. And how we can hunt happiness with this term is what we are going to see here. This Bonnie Japanese concept, as conveyed by Dan Bertner, who is a National Geographic Channel fellow, said, this is to achieve the fulfillment of life. In 2005, he wrote a book in NG, the National Geographic Channel, where he conveyed the secrets on long life around the blue zone. Anybody got a chance to hear the term blue zone? Please give me a thumbs up. Blue zone. No. So let me explain that to you. Blue zone is a region where people are healthier and having a long life, maybe more than 100 years, okay, in the world. And there are currently 5 regions where it has been declared as blue zones, okay. And one of the major zone is Okinawa Island in Japan. So this person, Dan Brutner, got a chance to visit that place, and he was trying to figure out what is the concept that makes them so happy and lives long. And there he stumbled upon the concept Ikigai, which means, or the combination of 2 words is Ikigai, which means Iki, the purpose of life, as well as Kai, which means the reason. So this together gives an alignment for our life to explore ourselves. And the wonderful way he coined is, he divided it, our job or the task we do, in 2 ways. Job, that actually we do all the tasks for our financial needs, the materialistic needs, and work, which are the tasks that we love to do. And that is where absolutely we lack. Each one of us can actually analyze ourselves. Are we really attached to it? Are we really attached to the task work or only to the job? And that is what we are going to do here with a couple of questions ahead. So, how to find the ikigai of ourselves? We need to introspect. Let me ask a couple of questions that has been revealed through the concept ikigai. What do you love? This isn't what you just love now. This is what you love as a kid. So for me, I love traveling when I was a kid, and now with the responsibilities, I am holding it back. Next question, what are you good at? Good at in the sense it can be anything. We may be thinking what others metal, that is the only thing what we also agree to be good at. But ask yourself, what are you good at? There are many things you may find if you ask it yourself. The next question is really crucial. What can you be paid for? Just think, this might not be as easy as you think. The reason is we may include only the job what we are doing, right? But actually consider all the tasks what we have to be paid for. According to me, I should be paid for being a homemaker. Do you agree? I think many of you are the homemaker, right? So I believe that. And certain instances, I have to be paid even to be a driver, to tell the truth. And there are many instances. Teacher, for sure, I am being. But still, these are the instances we have to recognize how much value are we providing through these kind of roles. So this is very important to ask ourselves. And the final question, what do you think the world needs? This is what we never think. We only think from our perspective. And for me, what I am seeing around is a total materialistic world where the connection is lagging or lacking back. It is a plastic world or a plastic life, including me, where I am self absorbed to the materialistic need. Where am I doing the task what I love? So that is what the question I am asking each one of you. You may love many tasks which you wanted to do, but are you doing it? Or you are keeping it aside thinking, I need to finish this, then I'll think about it. And when is that day? We are not going to live anyway for 100 years because we are not in any of those blue zones. So, and recognize that. So now I'm going to ask a couple of questions directly to my audience, and I want some responses where you can introspect even more clearly. Do you struggle to get out of the bed on working days? If yes, you can show a thumbs up or no. Do you struggle? Yes, including me. Let me tell you the reason for why it is because we lack solid purpose. Something we wanted to do, if we have something, especially think some days, if we look forward to that, we will be on the spot getting up and running for it, right? But every day is not like that. The reason is somewhere we're missing out to chase it. Next question. Do you practice a hobby at least 3 times a week? Yes or no? Yes. A hobby that is 3 times a week. Great. I could see Toastmaster Anita. Can you answer me? Yes.
Yes, my gardening and microgreens.
Excellent. But I don't. Let me tell the truth. And why we have to do that? Because that is how we explore our creative side. Or else the life is so boring, doing the same thing. We are in automatic pilot mode on a daily basis. Why do we do that? We have to find ourselves, right? And the next question is very important. Do you see your friends often? Everyone, think about yourself. Do you see your friends often? Or is it through WhatsApp? Already we heard how WhatsApp is harmful, right? So do you see your friends often? Maybe Sweda, you would be, right? Yes, I can see that. But how about others?
Because of Corona, no, not much.
Yes, Shiva.
Because
Yes,
of
exactly.
Corona.
Online.
Absolutely. Yeah. So that also has actually put a full stop to it. Or else also many of the mothers, we have already seen the theme. We have already heard what Toastmaster Susan has conveyed, the kind of difficulties that push us back or we think, let us do it somewhere else, sometime later on. So these are some of the stuffs we have to find our ikigai. This is something what we love to do. And now I ask everyone to ask yourself, am I happy? And what is the response? Please give it to me. Is it this or this? Thank you, and over to the TMOD of the day.
happy today. Today, Jisha has made
Up and down, Jisha. One thumb up, one thumb down.
Mine both down.
So that's 50-50.
Yes. Thank you.
Well, Jisha, that was a really interactive session where you could connect with everybody and, make everybody happy, in fact. Now let us go for a timer report. I request Toastmaster Nitya to present the timer report.
The time for the project speeches was 5 to 7 minutes. Toastmaster Chetna took 6 minutes 8 seconds. Toastmaster Zamina took 5 minutes 57 seconds, and Toastmaster Jisha took 7 minutes 43 seconds. Over to the Toastmaster.
Toastmaster Anita, is the polling taking place now?
Yes.
All the participants are qualified.
Yeah, also give the feedback on the chat, either privately or to everyone.
No, the polls are ready.
Polls are ready and it was conducted already. Next, we have our second part of the session, that is table topics round. To provide us with the challenge of table topics round, we have our dear table topics master, enchanting Toastmaster Narmeen. Toastmaster Narmeen has joined our team very recently, yet has made remarkable performances. And please welcome the table topic master of the day, Toastmaster Narmeen.
Thank you, Toastmaster Susan. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Let me start by saying إن الأم مدرسة إن أعددتها أعددت شعبا طيب الأعراق. That's a poem line written by a famous Egyptian poem. And it was written in the beginning of 19th century. And that poem line is actually admiring mothers. And let me explain to you what he said. He said, Al-Ummu Madrasa, mothers are schools. If they are well prepared, then they will prepare a very well-mannered nations. So this shows us how important mothers are. And that goes really in the right direction of today's session. So let me first ask you, everyone, do you think that mothers differ from one nation to another? And I would like to address that question to Sweta.
Sweta.
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
Do you think that motherhood differ from one nation to another?
Good evening, everybody. Motherhood does not change from nation to nation. A mother is a mother anywhere and everywhere. The kind of love she has for her children, the kind of protection, the bubble in which a mother wants to keep her child is the same. The languages might differ, the geographical place might differ, but the love, what she has in her heart is the same. My mother, for example, she enjoys her motherhood. She has given up her whole career, her whole bright career, just for the sake of me, the only child she has. It was not that I was weak as a child or whatever, but she wanted her child to be the best at whatever she does. And just to make me feel better, she had my back all the time. I might have fallen several times, but even though she was feeling bad for me, she has never given up on me. Like, I am the constant work in progress for her. And the same way, I think every other child to their mother is the same. Every mother tries to enhance their kids' careers, or tries to, be a support system, you know, whatever might happen, just come back to me, I am there for you, you know. She's like a spine, that's all. And at least all the kids admire their bony mothers. That's it. It doesn't differ from nation to nation. Over to the
Thank you very much, Sweeta. It's an amazing answer. You're absolutely right. Mother is a mother wherever you go, regardless of the nation, regardless of the geographical differences, regardless of the religion and race. I totally agree with you. And my next question will be to Manali. What is your most memorable moment with your mother?
Thank you, Toastmaster Namin. The most memorable moment of with my mother is like, you know, even though like whenever like I go out, I pack my bags like she gave me like a food for 4 or 5 days. Like she prepared like that, knowing her daughter is like already so much weight. So she used to prepare like that, and she just confirmed me like when I reached there, okay, only you are eating, na? You're not giving it to your friends, right? You didn't give it, right? So that is the thing. And when leaving sharing the room with flatmates, it's very difficult, like, oh, you can only eat, but she makes sure, oh, I put so much of ghee. So already when I go to my mother's place, I gain 3 to 4 kgs. And initially when we can come back, we can at least try to I don't want to eat all this food, but yeah, she makes sure like, okay, she gave me food for 7 to 8 days, and I'm at least not missing her that way. But yeah, they are actually very caring. So yes, I feel like this is the best memory I always had with my mother, because she packed all my things so perfectly when I come out. Like, thank you.
Thank you, Manali. You're always funny and you really light up the sessions. And I totally agree with you. All mothers, they like to stuff their kids. And actually, I think mothers, they compare each other by the weight of their kids. So if you have a heavyweight son, then you are a good, very good mother. And but my next question is addressed to Mr. Shiva. Is he still with us? Oh, good, perfect. Do you think that fathers are left out in recognition?
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Actually, parents, in terms of parents, both have their way of dealing with children. But I somehow felt fathers have less recognition compared to mom. For example, if I can compare the scenario with myself, by the time I reach home, my kids go to sleep. And most of the times I don't see them. So they sleep, and when they wake up in the morning time, when I'm having the breakfast, they will be talking to me. My son, especially, he remembers me whenever he recalls about KFC. Dad, sometimes he calls me at 8 o'clock when I'm traveling to home. Dad, will you reach home early? I ask him why. I want KFC. When you're coming, can you go through KFC and bring the KFC fried chicken for me? Then I say, okay, I'll bring it. So whenever he wants some food for himself, whenever he wants some toys, he exactly remembers me. But when he has to go to sleep, he has to do something, he goes to his mother. Then the feel for me is kids are trying to recognize their fathers as something. If they want something, if they need something, if they want some toys, some nice food that their mother never gives them or shouts at them, they approach their fathers. That's where I feel. But of course, they will have love, but they recognize fathers in a way that whatever they want, they can get it from them. And for mothers, they whenever they need some problem to be resolved, they go to them. Over to you, Toastmaster Narmin.
Well, thank you very much, Toastmaster Shiva. You're absolutely right. We remember our fathers when it comes to asking for stuff from outside, food, toys, credit, whatever. So yeah, maybe we should have special days for dads as well, not only mothers. My next question to Toastmaster Prima. How do you define the best mother?
Good evening, Toastmasters. And I don't see any guests. A best mother is known for her inner quality, that is giving unconditional love for her children. And a best mother is a one who will be able to correct when things are wrong, while she also assures the children that she is always there as a spine for them. A best mother is a one who is always there for her children, for her family, for her spouse in every different role that she bears with, especially with the mother, which is a most dynamic role a woman can think of, is when she still continues to have a smile while she faces all the challenges in life. A best mother is the one who sacrifices anything and everything just for the happiness of her family and her loved ones. So if I have to go on, the timer will throw me out from this meeting because there is never ending way to describe a best mother. So with this summary, over to TMOD.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Prima. Very well said. They're always there when we need them. That is very important for everyone. If we still have time, should I go for the next question?
I don't think we have time.
Okay. Thank you very much, everyone. You really summarized what I wanted to say in this session about the importance of mothers, but not only mothers, fathers as well. And that there are no difference between motherhood or parenthood among different nations. We are all the same when it comes to the love of mother or the love of our children. So thank you very much. And over to you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Susan. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Narmeen. That was a real good session. Now over to the timer report.
The time for table topics is 1 to 2 minutes. Toastmaster Shweta took 1 minute 44 seconds. Toastmaster Manali took 1 minute 6 seconds. Toastmaster Shiva took 1 minute 33 seconds. And Toastmaster Prema took 1 minute 14 seconds. Over to Toastmaster Susan.
For the poll. Now there will be polling. Toastmaster Anita.
Yeah, you can go ahead. I'll work on it.
Okay. The final round is the evaluation round, and where constructive feedback will be given by to each of the speaker as well as for the overall meeting conduct for the benefit of each one of the speaker out here. For this session, we have our general evaluator, Toastmaster Raji. Toastmaster Raji is a member for 5 years in Toastmasters for multiple Toastmaster clubs. And she is the IPP of SSY Toastmaster Club, member of Area Council 24 and 37. Currently, she is the president of PSW Toastmaster Club. I would now like to hand over the session to the general evaluator of the day, Toastmaster Raji. Toastmaster Raji, the platform is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Susan. You're doing a wonderful job. And good evening, ladies and one gentleman in our crowd. How are you all doing? Great? Okay. So I'll come straight to the evaluation part without wasting much time. So our first evaluator for today is Toastmaster Shweta, who would be evaluating speaker number 1, Toastmaster Chetna, level 2, project 1, leadership style. Please put your hands together to welcome evaluator Toastmaster Shweta.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening, my target speaker, Toastmaster Chetna. What a great way to start your speech. You have asked the audience, do you all want me to? 1, 2, 3. You gave us options. That was a wonderful way to start your speech. And you have described various styles of leaderships with micro anecdotes. You described about yourself, your husband, and your mother-in-law in a very slightly humorous way. I mean, there was a tinge of humor. I could connect personally with you in the pace setting leadership style because I am one of that. I am so pace setting that I set the pace and I run away from there. And for people to catch me up, it takes time. I really don't bother if people are with me or they are lagging behind. I am that pace setting. Now, your construction of speech and the organization of your content was perfect. You had an introduction, body, and conclusion. And your conclusion, you ended with a question, and that was really good. What I felt was you had a presence of mind to use the word of the day. You had the passion and enthusiasm, and you were so confident in telling your speech that no matter what happens, this is what I'm going to tell, and this is what I'm going to be presenting, and you all are going to listen about that. That's how confident you were, and I really appreciate that about you. Now, when it comes to suggestions, I have a few suggestions. You while telling, you had your virtual background on, so I didn't know whether you were standing and telling or sitting and telling. So if at least while delivering your speech, if the virtual background is removed, I can know what kind of movement you are giving and what kind of gestures you are using. And since this is a speech related to leadership styles, what I felt is you could use quotations that would add value to your speech. Your micro anecdotes were good, but a little supporting data, because you are a very good writer and you have a very good delivery style. I would suggest backup data like quotations or statistics. I don't think statistics go with this, but quotations would do good. Your language was good, but the clarity in speech was lacking. That is what I felt. Now, summing it up, it was wonderful. Don't lose your confidence and your delivery style. And next time when you're telling, avoid virtual backgrounds, try to use quotations and be clear with your speech. That's it from my side. All the best to you, Toastmaster Chetna.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shweta. Okay, we move on with our next evaluator, Toastmaster Shiva. He'll be evaluating Toastmaster Zamina, Level 2, Project 3 on mentoring. Over to you, Toastmaster Shiva.
Thank you, Toastmaster. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. And some echo is coming, Raji. 1 second.
We are loudspeaker.
Okay, now it's gone, right? The echo is gone. Sorry, a timer, if you can. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to start my evaluation.
Okay, you can time him from here.
Okay, good evening, fellow Toastmasters, and a special good evening to my target speaker, Toastmaster Zamina. Imagine, Toastmasters, you are in a tunnel, deep tunnel, and you do not have any lights over there. And you're walking in the tunnel. What will happen? You will become mad. My target speaker, Toastmaster Zamina, compared the mentors with a light in the tunnel. It's an apt topic when she started explaining about mentors. She compared mentors with Google Maps. Yes, like Google Maps, our mentors give us the direction, where to go, and how to prepare our scripts and speeches. I understood from Toastmaster Jamina's speech that Toastmaster Anita is your mentor. In fact, I wanted to have Toastmaster Anita as my mentor, but she has become so busy. But you are lucky enough, Toastmaster Zamina. And throughout your speech, Toastmaster Zamina, I understood you gave different references, and you clearly explained what is the difference between sympathetic and empathetic. Being empathetic is very important to be a good mentor. I feel I have to develop that empathetic qualities because I also want to do some mentoring. So far, I haven't done mentoring. So if I want to do mentoring, I have to develop empathetic skills. And Your project objectives are having what is Toastmasters envisions as mentoring. And second objective is giving one of your experiences as a protege. So you covered envisioning how Toastmasters envisions mentoring by giving all the examples and how you developed from the stage where you feel so nervous, giving a speech, giving things, and how you improved step by step after you have mentorship with Anita. You described all the things throughout your speech. I believe you covered both those objectives when you are giving the speech. But where I felt, even for a great speech, there can be some micronutrients that you can add to make the speech somewhat better than what you have already delivered. Those things are you felt initially nervous and you got the mentorship of Anita. Then from that stage, after having a mentorship, what sort of achievements you made from before your mentorship without having anything, and after having Anita's mentorship, what sort of achievements you made? If you could have added those things in your speech, we would have got much better impression of what sort of improvements you made as a protege. Secondly, when you are delivering the speech, there is so much of noise. I lost some of the sentences, but because of your voice clarity and the way that you explained slowly, I was able to grasp. But if you can remove that noise pollution, I say, in background, the speech will be much more better. Throughout, I believe you met the objectives. All the best for your next speech, Toastmaster Zamina.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shiva, for that evaluation. Now we go in for a third evaluator. Let me call out a third evaluator, Toastmaster Prema, who would be evaluating Toastmaster Jisha, level 2, P2 from Innovative Planning. Over to you, Toastmaster Prema.
Thank you, Raji. Thank you. You can't buy engagement. You have to build engagement, said the famous Tara Nicole Nelson, who is a transformational leader and a fitness leader. Now, today, my target Boni speaker attempted to connect with their audience, has successfully engaged our audience by meeting the objectives of our project. So well done on that, Toastmaster Jisha. Now, the boniest highlights of your speech today that caught my attention was the title of your speech, and that is Ekitai. Now, the excitement continued because as a good teacher, I believe the best thing to start a lesson is to warm up your students by asking questions. And I think that's exactly what you did today by asking your question to the audience, are you happy? And you kept that secret thing, continued in the minds of us to know what that answer means at the end of the session, because you told us that you will let us know at the end of your speech. Now, the excitement continued when you started engaging and asking a lot of questions and giving us, if we knew what Ekitai was. Though a couple of us knew what it means, what was more interesting is when you enlightened us with telling us what the blue zone area means and which are those 5 blue zone areas which are there where people live for more than 100 years. And with an example that you quoted with Japan, which is Okinawa Island, which is also known as a blue zone area, and some of the secret of happiness that we can find to stay there, though we don't stay in that zone, at least which are the ways to find for happiness, like job versus your work, but which means like more of a commitment versus your passion, that and your insightful questions that were asked, to look back and to see that where we are heading, what is the goal and purpose of our life today. The most important question that caught my attention, at least, was that what can you be paid off? And as a role of a mom that we are talking about today, and for even many other reasons, I think this is a very insightful question that each one of us in today's life need to ask for, besides the financial gains. Now, yes, as a Boni teacher, you are so used to your thumbs up and thumbs down with your students and engaging your students while your classes, which you exactly did with our Toastmasters. And so hence, I don't have much comments regarding your gestures, voice modulation, your expression, and your ever charming smile throughout, which is a plus always. Now, if I was you to have some recommendation, because we need to understand the skills to connect with an audience is not just in all of these expressions, but they say something like a story, something like to relate it with a recent event that you had. So if you had given a little pause from one question to another question, it takes time for us to sync from those questions to, because they were very, very insightful and we had to connect to it. So the second important thing was to narrate it as a story, which would have been even more catchy for us. But in summation, I see a very creative and a bonnier orator in you, because creativity is the power to connect with seemingly unconnected, said William Poner. So all the best to you, Toastmaster Jisha.
Thank you, Toastmaster Prema, for that bony evaluation. I think you are the one who has used bony so many times in your 2 minutes evaluation. So with that, we conclude the evaluation. Now I hand over the stage to TMOD. TMOD, over to you.
Now I request our grammarian.
1 second. The general evaluator will conduct even the grammarian and the counter report. And finish with the GE report and hand it back to the TMOD. Raji?
Okay, so the grammarian's report you will be presenting, huh? Right? Oh, okay.
Okay, thank you so much, Toastmaster Raji.
Just a second. We have the timer's report.
For the evaluation, right? Yeah. Evaluation timers report, Nitya.
The time for evaluation was 2 to 3 minutes. Toastmaster Shweta took 3 minutes 3 seconds. Toastmaster Shiva took 3 minutes 2 seconds, and Toastmaster Prema took 3 minutes 26 seconds. Over to Toastmaster of the day.
So all are qualified. Okay, I'm just going to open the. Okay, so I'll just quickly take you all through the grammarian report. I started taking it from the time the joint meeting, the minutes of meeting were being read. Okay, I think the joint meeting between Rendezvous and Showstoppers, rather it is better if you can say the Rendezvous Toastmasters Club's joint meeting with the Pioneer Speech Weavers Toastmasters. And one thing I would like to say is, when we are talking about English, I know we are not native English speakers. Nevertheless, when you're using words which are adjectives, it's better. I know you want to give that emphasis to adjectives when you want to really bloom in that. But nevertheless, it's better that we talk it like the native speakers talk to a great extent. So when you're talking like, full, it has to be full. Full itself is highly emphatic. You don't have to make it like full. No, you don't have to give that until unless you're doing it purposely, which you can do it in your speeches when you can be very, very, emphatic. Then I love that line, God could not be everywhere, so he made mothers. So I think these lines have to be, we all know them, but it has to be reiterated for us to feel the beauty of it, the bonniness of it. And rendezvous let's just get this straight right away. It is not rendezvous or rendezvous. It's a French word. It's rendezvous. Okay, it's vous. Okay, which means meeting. Bonnie, a lot of people have pronounced it in a wrong way. Probably started with that, it's like that Apple or telephone game where by the time we come, somebody in between mispronounces it and everyone follows suit. So I think it's Bonnie, and let's keep it as Bonnie. And it's a nice word. It's a very, very nice word that has been used today. Genuinely, it's used for children. Bonnie baby is the word which goes with it. And then what are the kind of leaders was the line which I had heard. I would suggest make it as what kind of leaders are around me. Okay. Then there are some pronunciations, as I've always been saying, we are not native English speakers. We can keep our pronunciations, but sometimes we might, have our listeners go at bay because they don't understand what we are saying. So with due permission, not with the intention of offending, but with the intention of making a correction. Establishes is establishes, not establishes. Penalty, not penalty. And what's in dinner should be what's for dinner. And then again, tantrums is tantrums, not tantrums. Okay, so this could be because of our home language, mother tongue emphasis that we tend to bring into English as well. So just try to avoid it so that people can understand it better. Will brighten your path as well. Lovely statement there. I must have changed it a little bit, but Zamin, I should thank you for that nice statement, and that's going to be one of my quotes from here on. Yes, when you light something, you're lighting it for yourself as well, right? Okay, there was a statement. There was one mentioning the National Geographic Fellow. No fellows and fellies. Let's make it as people or men or. And ikigai was actually pronounced wrong. It's ikigai. Okay, so IKIGA. I think the pronunciation, the spelling also would serve a good purpose there. Absolutely, we lack. I would say instead of saying absolutely we lack, we should awfully we lack. Because you're lacking something, so it's negative. And again, here the pronunciation live is live, not leave. Okay. Then one more thing I think is we use but a lot. When you say but, yes, you're doing one negative and one positive. I would say and yes, okay, but no. Those are the way it has to go. So try to see how this is where the mentoring comes into place. So if you're going to go ahead and talk without mentoring, it's going to be a problem. Try to brainstorm with your people so that you get the right kind of feel. Go through that shop, get into that shop. Okay. Otherwise, go through will be like Terminator. You're just going into it, right? Or Harry Potter. And I could connect with you because I am one of that. It's better I am one like that. Okay. And then mentorship of so and so was in some places it was stated as mentorship with so and so. There's no partnership. It's partnership with so and so. Mentorship of. And you can't buy engagement, you have to build one. It's beautiful statement that was re-quoted by Prema today. Prema, it is ikigai, so it's not ikigai. And I think with that, I come to an end of today's grammarian report. Good job. Congrats. Good. Just work on pronunciations. Over to you, General Evaluator, Toastmaster Raji.
Thank you, Grammarian, for that detailed report. I appreciate you pointed out the not so good usage of grammar. You appreciated the good phrases, the quotes, the good usage of grammar. And plus, you started with how your club is pronounced, rendezvous. Yes, and you explained the meaning as well, meeting. Good job on that. And yes, how Bonnie is pronounced. Yes, that's very good. And yeah, this is as you rightly pointed out, English is not our native language, but this is a forum and we specifically have a role, a grammarian's role. So this is the best opportunity for us to listen and improve upon our grammar when the grammarian points out where we need to improve. And yes, no use of slang words like fellow, fellies, like she mentioned. This is a professional forum. We need to adhere to that. Good job done, grammarian DTM Anita. Well done on that. Now, may I invite upon the R counter. Who is doing the R counter?
Yes, I am doing the R counter. So, hello, Toastmasters. I'll start with my report. Okay. So I'll start with Shweta Ajay. Like she speaks very good, but only like she has only one counter. And then we have just now Anita just spoke very well, but just now when she was giving a random speech regarding the WhatsApp, I just encountered one or two for Anita also. Then we have this Shweta M. Shweta is a very good speaker, but she's like me actually. Sometimes we cannot like do pause, so she also like me, so she has the highest number, so she has 8. And then Susan also did a good job, but but sometimes she just have a 3 counters. Then we have this Zamina also did a very good speech, but again she has this she said like 6 times. I was very surprised regarding Jisha, because I feel Jisha is always perfect. I always like to speak like Jisha, like how can she be so positive and vibe she give. Like it's not about the way she speak, but she gives always like positive vibes whenever I speak to her. only when my WhatsApp was get, I got very relieved when I talked to Jisha. Like it's like for me talking to my mom. So, but yeah, today you also have. I will give you 3, and then Prema also has 1, and Shiva. I don't know Shiva what you pronounce, but it has like he has 5. Nitya also has 2, and Anita. Sorry, yours is 3 because I written 2 later also. Sorry, Anita, you have total 3 that way. So yes, that is my report. Thank you all.
Thank you, Toastmaster Manali, for that counter report of yours. And like, I could see that happiness in you when you were picking out everyone's name. Well, you have 3, you have 4, you had 5.
It's
You're very lenient with that.
but yeah, it's difficult to.
I know, no, but that is the right way. Our words and filler words have to be pointed out, then only you can improve and become a good public speaker. So thank you very much for your report. So now it's my turn again.
If I can.
Yes, please.
The word of the day, how many times it has been used? That report hasn't been given.
It has to be given by Nitya, I think. Nitya was the word master.
Yeah, Nitya has to give it.
Yes. The word of the day was Bonnie, and Toastmaster Chetna used it 2 times. Toastmaster Shweta 1 time. Toastmaster Raji 1 time. Toastmaster Narman 1 time. Toastmaster Zamina 1 time. Toastmaster Shiva 1 time. Toastmaster Shweta 1 time. Toastmaster Anita 3 times. Toastmaster Prema 3 times, and Toastmaster Manali 1 time. Over to Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you for the detailed report, your general evaluator, our counter, the Marian. Thank you once again. Now let me come back to our motherhood. Motherhood is an extreme sport. So it's better if we wear workout clothes. Sometimes we are worn out. Worn out? Yes. Every single job we try to do gets sabotaged 5 times at least. So we are doing one single job 5 times. Moms in charge will have to do a lot of work, in fact. I mean, when you are in charge, you have to teach the children how to talk, how to walk, how to eat, how to sleep. And now there is cleaning, a big full-time job, cooking, a full-time job, then teaching, another full-time job. You have to nourish them, entertain them, nurse them. There is sleepless night and dirty diapers. And at the end of the day, you might get exhausted. I thought I should be a flawless mother, but I have often made mistakes and I'm far from perfect. Today, I want all of us to give us the grace of making mistakes. One day, I'm a super mom, getting all things done, organic, balanced, healthy, breakfast, lunch, dinner, all pre-planned. But some days my son eats egg, parathas, sausages out of the fridge directly. So we do the best, but that is okay. Trust me, if you're a mom, you are indeed a superheroine. And they too have bad days. What I want to emphasize is that it is high time that we need self-care and self-love. It is good to take self-care because we can take care of others only if we are fit and healthy. So let us once again give emphasis to self-love and self-care. With this thought, I would like to wrap up the session and hand over to our DTM, Anita. Anita?
You very conveniently forgot the general evaluator. She should have completed the report and then she would have handed it to you. Anyways, you please call the general evaluator now.
My dear general evaluator, Toastmaster.
I was waiting for her to finish it. Then I thought I'll step in after that.
Well, Toastmaster Raji, please, the platform is yours. You can handle.
Thank you so much, TMOD Susan. You got completely immersed and lost in your motherhood bliss. I can completely understand that. So it's perfectly okay. So ladies, good evening once again. What a wonderful Bonnie initiative to have this joint meeting by Rendezvous and PSW. A great initiative by your president and VP Education and all the ExCom team. Well done. So this is just the beginning. We are going to have more of this. All right, so I will have a comprehensive report, the general report on how did the meeting go on from the time we began till now. So the Sergeant at Arms, she's not in the room, but Sergeant at Arms, Shweta Ajay, she began the meeting at 6:12, very enthusiastic. I like the story which she brought up, like how Toastmasters have played an important role in her life and how that has been a game changer for her. She read out the mission of the club, perfect, very charming, very enthusiastic, and full of, she set the tone for the meeting. Next, we were waiting for a president. That's why we began at 6:12, and there she came, the presidential address. Anita, that was very thoughtful on your part to bring out this story and let us know that we have to be careful, because this is what age are we living in? This is the internet age, and these things are very common, but you let us know what exactly we are supposed to do. We have to send the mail to the WhatsApp support group. One thing I'd like to ask you, like when your relatives transfer the money, like didn't they make a call to you before transferring? Oh my God, that was one thing which I wanted to ask you, like.
This is a psychology drama. They try 10 people out of which one, out of whom one fall for the prey. And when it's your own people, they don't think twice.
Okay. So that is again one thing we have to keep in mind before doing such thing. We need to cross-check it again. But yes, thank you for spreading that awareness. We all need to be careful. And as you rightly mentioned, we need to make a video and spread this everywhere in all the groups as much as possible, because even my Facebook was hacked once, like a year back. The same thing what you said, all the messages were going to all my contacts saying that don't open this content. There is something very, content which is not supposed to be open. And then they're asking me, what was that content you sent? I said, I've not sent anything. So yes, thank you for bringing that awareness. Shweta M, who read out the minutes of the meetings. Well done on that. You brought out all the points, and that's a nice way. I liked it. Instead of, writing the minutes, this is a nice way, a segment to be included. When you read out the minutes, I think people are more attentive, pay attention when you read it out rather than, when you send it through email, we're not sure, like, did they skip, did they read the minutes? But it was nice, spot on. Coming to the TMOD, I love the way you started, that 1 minute silence for Hawavi's mom. That was so very thoughtful on your part. And all those boniest videos which you presented of mom and us present in the room, like it really touched my heart. I was just looking at my mom and sitting like that and all the bony moms and kids. Very nice. And what I liked about you started with that amazing quote, God cannot be everywhere, so he created mom. How beautiful is that? And so true. So, and the background music, I love you, mommy. I mean, that was also very thoughtful and good. Like whoever has done that and whoever gave you the idea, or if it is yours on, spot on. That was nice. Then next, and also you brought those small snippets of your own kid, slipping that piece of paper in your bathroom and asking you, are you done? Or can you put the baby back in the stomach? And that's so innocent and adorable. I just loved it. Timer, Nitya, and the word master for today. What a bonny word that was. I just loved it, I felt like, and all the members present in this room have used it like freely, That was the best part. Like, it's so good. It sounds so good and nice to hear. So nice. I'll be taking this word with me and I'll be using it throughout the day in my conversation with my bonny people here back home. Then the speakers, then came our project speakers from somebody from such an impressive array of speeches we had today. All the three speakers were amazing. somebody seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, playing how a mentor influences in your personal and professional life. I mean, you brought it out so beautifully. To somebody presenting their style of leadership. That's my style, she reiterated there. And the third speaker telling us to find the meaning, purpose, and reason of life through Ikigai. I mean, I loved all the three speeches. All three were so impressive and different. Good job done on that. Next was our table topic segment, and our speaker, Toastmaster Narmeen, was doing her project, active listening. So what I could get out of this is she responded specifically, she listened properly. That was the requirement of the speech, and that's exactly what she did. But what I'd like to point out is, Narmeen, you should explain what table topics is all about. Though we all are Toastmasters, we know, but you have to say what table topics is all about. It's an impromptu speak. You mentioned the timing part as well. So what if some guest steps in, joins the room, or if there's a new Toastmaster in the room, he or she would like to know what exactly is this table topics. So you started with the topic, and your topics were amazing, but just explain the rules as well. So there were 5 speakers, and your answers were like you are supposed to answer in just one line, crisp and to the point. Does motherhood change from one nation to other? Spot on. You said mother is a mother wherever you go. So all the 5 topics were answered properly, crisp and clear. The next, most memorable moment with your mother. So like your take on that was, yes, all mothers like to stuff their children with, when the speaker said that, my mom used to, did you share it with someone? No. So that was a good thing. So do you think fathers are left out in recognition? And our one gentleman in the crowd, he said he felt, yes, they are left out, because only when they need something, they think of their fathers. And to quite some extent, it's true, I guess. Probably, I feel bad for fathers, though their contribution is equally how much we contribute. But I don't know why these poor souls are always left behind. So yes, and our table topic master rightly said that we should recognize the father's effort as well. True. So, and our next speaker, how do you define a good mother? And a speaker, Prema, said, she gave her take on it, how a good mother is supposed to be, show her love, always be there. So, and our table topic master said, yes, to be always there for your loved one is what a mother does. So good job on that. Active listening. You have completed successfully your active listening part. Well done on that, Toastmaster Narmeen. Timer was crisp with her timing. She kept the proper check on all the time on all the speakers and all the segments. I hope I've covered everyone. Have I? Hope I've covered everyone. And I can see the red card as well. So all the best. This was an amazing Bonnie meeting. I'm going to take it with me. And from looking forward to have more meetings, more Bonnie meetings. And this is just the beginning, like I said. Let's meet often. Except for the timing part, like we can discuss with the ExCom and the president, because 6 o'clock is a tad bit difficult for our members because most of them are working. So if it is like 7:30 onwards, like the attendance would be good from our club as well. So that is the only thing. So you guys are also welcome anytime to our club, PSW. We meet first and third Saturdays, 4 to 6. So with that, I hand over the podium to the president, DTM. Oh, I want to congratulate the president of this club. She is a distinguished Toastmaster now. Good Lord, I forgot. I wanted to start with that. What an amazing achievement that is, Anita. Keep it up. One of the highest milestone in a Toastmasters journey. I'm so proud of you. Keep inspiring us. We look forward to more accolades coming your way. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmasters. That was a very, very comprehensive GE report that we've got to know. And thankfully, there was no place that she said, like, this is something which is very disappointing, because GE report is always coming in with a pinch of salt. So we're all kind of gearing up. Okay, now what? Now what? So I think that is good. That is absolutely good. And one thing that I want to really applaud regarding with respect to today's meeting is the entire crew had done everything without involving me in it. So I am
Okay.
so happy about it, seriously, because this is how, when your toddler starts to walk and then run without your help anymore, you start to feel more and more achieved. I mean, you feel like an achiever. And that's what I'm looking forward to. And I think, Raji, as you rightly said, we will work out on the timings. Probably we might not be able to stretch it up to 9:30 because the ladies and, or probably we'll look into a weekday and we'll keep it at 1.5 hours instead of having it for 2 hours. Let's see what
That sounds good. Yeah.
a debate or a table topics marathon or something like that. Let's see what we can do instead of having just the routine ones.
Yeah.
I think once in a while we can look into that. That will be more challenging. We can call for judges from outside, right?
True.
Instead of keeping it this way. And then because it's global now, we're all on online thing. I think we can just take it a little more further, deep down south in India. Also, we have lovely clubs right in Kerala, in Hyderabad, and so many other places, Karnataka and Bangalore. So we can just ask them to pitch in. They'll be only too happy to come in for some role plays. So when they are the evaluators, our people also will start to prepare properly. So I think with that, I feel it's been a successful meeting today. Good one. We learned a lot. I'll just share the certificates and then we can call it a happy weekend day. Okay. Toastmaster Shiva, you bagged the best table topics award today for talking about KFC, and yes, that is a fact. And evaluation goes to Prema. Speaker Zamina, it was, I think, Jisha overshot the time. So, though we've included her. So, Zamina, yes, there is light at the other side of the tunnel as well. So, we're all looking forward to it. And nevertheless, I think all the speeches taught me a lot personally. So much more to look forward to. And yes, I would love to talk to the rendezvous people later. And Raji, we can look at 7:30 or probably we can look at 7:15ish, maybe, I think so. Then the others can join in and we will take it up to 8:45, or I mean up to 9:15, something like that. So 7:15.
1.5 hours is good. Yeah.
Yeah. So we can look at for one speaker from our place, one speaker from yours, one evaluator from your one. So we'll have a good combination. Or a debate contest also would be a good team collaboration stuff. So we could look at all these things, get our people prepared, or have a humorous standby. We could do a standby also, standby comedy probably. So I want every one of you all to come up with ideas. So 26th is our next date. The VP Education has put in here to me. So I think y'all can work on that. Let's see what we can do. And with I think, Raji, why don't you close the meeting since I started it?
All right. Okay, that was an amazing meeting. And with the power vested in me, I declare this 84th and 24th meeting closed.
Fabulous. I think that was a Bonnie greeting at the end of the meeting. 84 and 24. So much more to see, furthermore. So happy weekend, all my dear friends. Stay safe, okay? And look forward to, I'm going to send in a video very soon. Please educate everyone, kith and kin, everyone. No emotional dramas, no empathy when it comes to money. I mean, I'm not talking about it like money can always be earned back, but let's be sensible. I felt like really being bullied when this guy was sitting there and working from my WhatsApp. I mean, my reputation was at stake. He's just sending out people from all nooks and corners are calling me. I've never met them in person. From Abu Dhabi, from Qatar, Toastmaster, Kabir. So many people have called me. Anita, I've received a link. I've received this. Why, what, who are you, and stuff like that. So, I mean, it was really very asking, very, very asking. So I think, please be aware of this. Don't give any of your details. I think you guys need to have a code, when you're talking to your husband, or when there's something very confidential you're passing by. Just that, if you're asking for the credit card details, password please, or try to talk in your Vipin did that, when the message came from Binu's WhatsApp, he started to communicate in Malayalam. This guy fled.
That's
So,
smart.
these
Yeah.
things are all that you could, but have your state of mind in the proper place. You can't have it when somebody is, in the clinic or something. So you might lose. So never attend to WhatsApp messages of other people if it's not needed. Please, if it's not needed. Okay. Double ensure when you're exchanging, don't exchange anything that's important on WhatsApp. It is not safe. It is not safe. And one more very important thing, go to your WhatsApp. In the settings, you will have a place where you can fix the pin. It's called the double authentication, dual authentication. Fix the pin right away. Okay. If you want, there's a help on the Google. It will tell you step by step. It's just written there step by step. Fix your pin, write it down somewhere. If you have the pin, no donkey in the world can do anything with your WhatsApp. But if you give your pin also, being empathetic, you're done. Okay. So be very careful. Be very careful. That's what I can say. And don't use WhatsApp if it's not needed. That's about it. Okay. Take care, guys.
Right. Take
Also,
care.
when you create a group in WhatsApp, exit the group and make somebody the admin, exit the group and ask the admin to call you back and then make you the admin. That way, if your thing is hacked, you can be kicked out of the group by anyone who is an admin. I could not be kicked because I had not exited the group, though I made the others as the admin. So, I have to exit the group after I make somebody the admin and then ask them to join me, put me back as an admin. Yeah. All these small things. Okay. Take care. All the best.
Take care.
Congratulations.
Bye-bye. All the best.
Okay.
Thank you
Good
very
night,
much.
Good
everybody.
night, everyone. Have a
night.
nice weekend.